Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Welcome to today's live reading from Ramayana, the story of Lord Ram, compiled by His Holiness Bhaktivikas Swami. At the moment, we are nearly at the conclusion of the Kishkindhya Kanda. So let us begin. Now we had read so far that the parties of the monkeys led by Hanuman and Angad and Neel, they have been searching for Sita Mata everywhere, and they felt a little bit defeated in their purpose of this at the search. So from there on we continue today. Angad countered Hanuman by arguing, "You overestimate Sugriv and forget that he is enjoying his elder brother's wife. Sugriv purposefully neglected his promise to Ram and took action only after being threatened by Lakshman. Therefore, whoever wants to can return home. I, however, shall remain here fasting until death." After saying this, Angad sat down on kusha grass and wept. The other monkeys surrounded him, likewise determined to give up their lives. Just then Sampati, the elder brother of Jatayu, came out of his cave and perched on top of the mountain in sight of all the monkeys. Being overjoyed, he said aloud to himself, "By the grace of Providence, I have got some food after such a long time. When the monkeys begin to fall down dead from starvation, I will eat them one by one." Hearing this, Angad became agitated. Addressing Hanuman, he said, "What a horrible fate we now face. This is all the doing of the evil Kaikeyi. First she caused the destruction of great souls Jatayu, then Vali, and now she will become the cause of our deaths as well." This was the first time Sampati had heard of Jatayu's death, and so he requested, "Please tell me all the details about the passing of my younger brother. I have become very pleased in hearing Jatayu's name glorified by you. Although I am distressed to hear of his death, O best of the monkeys, I shall beg one favor from you. Long ago the rays of the sun burned my wings, and now I cannot fly. Would you kindly help me to come down from this mountain peak?" Since only moments earlier Sampati had expressed his desire to eat them, the monkeys could not readily put much faith in his words. However, they reasoned, "We are going to die in any case by fasting. Therefore, even if this gigantic vulture eats us alive, it only means that our suffering will end more quickly." The monkeys went and helped Sampati down from the mountain top. As they went down, Angad told his entire story of Ram's exile and the heroic death of Jatayu. In turn, Sampati related his own history in tearful voice. "Long, long ago, Jatayu and I wanted to test our prowess by challenging the King of Heaven. After soaring high into the sky up to the heavenly planets, we defeated Indra in battle. Then, having become very proud, we decided to rise up even higher. Thereafter, as we approached the sun, Jatayu grew faint from the great heat. To save Jatayu, I covered him with my wings. In that process, my wings became burnt and I fell down into the Vindhya mountains." Angad then interrupted, saying, "If you are actually the elder brother of Jatayu and our well-wisher, then give us information about the abode of Ravan." Sampati replied, "Because I am very old and my wings are burned and I am unable to physically serve Lord Ram, but at least I can do so with my power of speech. I was told that a young lady was carried away by Ravan, and while crying out 'Ram, Ram,' she dropped some of her ornaments to the ground. I know that this Ravan is the king of Rakshasas, and his kingdom Lanka is situated on an island 100 yojans from the southern shore." That is southern shore of India. "Because I am a descendant of Vinata, My vision extends for more than 100 yojans, thus I can see the golden city from here. My dear monkeys, you will be able to find Sita in Lanka guarded by the Rakshasis. Now, please grant me one favor. Take me to the ocean so that I can offer water for the departed soul of my brother. The monkeys were overjoyed to hear about Sita. Thus, casting aside their vow to fast until death, they took Sampati to the ocean and quickly returned. Jambavan then asked him, "How did you come to learn that Sita had been abducted by Ravan?" Sampati explained, "After my wings were burned down and I fell into the Vindhya mountains, my son, Suparshva, began to take care of me, bringing food. Once I was very hungry, and when Suparshva returned home without food, I chastised him. He told me, while searching for flesh today, I happened to see a giant Rakshas carrying away a young woman through the air. I wanted to bring both of them to you to eat, but the Rakshas asked me in a very friendly manner to allow him to pass by, and I could not refuse his request. Afterwards, the Siddhas came and informed me that he was Ravan and said it was fortunate for me that the Rakshas had not killed me." Sampati could see the monkeys were now confident of his friendship. He continued narrating his life story. "After I fell into the Vindhya mountains, I remained unconscious for 6 days. When I came to my senses, I went to see the great sage Nishkar, who was living nearby and was known to my brother and me. When I met the Rishi, he asked me to explain the entire incident. I told him that after falling from the sky and not hearing from my brother, I contemplated committing suicide by jumping from a mountain peak. As I stood before him, tears flowing from my eyes, Nishkar told me, 'Do not despair, for I give you the following benediction. When at a future date you give information to the monkeys about Sita, your wings will reappear along with renewed energy.' Saying this, the sage Nishkar retired to his cottage and I crawled back into my place in the Vindhya mountains. Since then, I have simply waited for your arrival. After 8,000 years passed, the Rishi Nishkara gave up his body and went to the heaven. In his absence, I had begun to doubt the validity of his words. Sampati spoke to the monkeys. A pair of wings sprouted from his body and he felt a surge of youthful energy. With great delight, he encouraged the monkeys to resume their search for Sita, and Sampati soared into the sky. The monkeys headed south, rejuvenated with new hope. However, when the monkeys reached the shore of the ocean, they became dejected upon seeing its vastness, thinking themselves incapable of crossing over to Lanka. Angad encouraged the monkeys, saying, "Despondency is useless, for it has never caused an action to bear fruit. Indeed, despair is the fruit of failure. It is as deadly as a poisonous snake. Now, whoever can reap 100 yojans to rescue Sita from the clutches of Ravan, please step forward so we can become free from Sugriev's wrath." Since no one responded to Angad's call, he began asking the monkeys individually how far they could jump. Some monkeys said that they could jump 10 yojans or 20, 30, 40 or 50. Menda said he could jump 60 yojans and Vividas claimed 70. Sushena declared that he could easily jump 70, while Jambavan explained, "Formerly I had an almost unlimited jumping capacity. However, at the end of my life, I can only leap 90 yojans. Long ago, when Lord Vaman covered the entire universe, I could circumambulate him as he took his 3 strides. Unfortunately, I am no longer capable of jumping to Lanka to rescue Sita." Finally, Angad said, "I can probably jump 100 yojans, but I doubt I could do so second time to make the return journey." Jambavan replied, "I am sure that with your prowess you could leap 1,000 yojans. But you are the leader of this expedition and it would not be proper for you to accomplish the task yourself. Therefore, my dear prince, you must order someone else to do it." Angad replied, "It does not matter who is in charge. If someone does not go to Lanka, be it myself or someone else, then our only alternative is to fast until death." Therefore, Jambavan, please devise some means whereby we can cross the ocean and save ourselves from Sugriva's wrath. Jambavan said, "Do not worry, for I shall now appeal to someone who will certainly be able to perform this difficult feat. O Hanuman, you are capable and you are equal to Garud, the carrier of Lord Vishnu. Why have you not spoken up? Please listen, as now I describe the glories of the best of all monkeys. Once one of the most foremost apsaras named Punjikasthali was cursed by Rishi and thus took birth as Anjana, the daughter of the monkey king Kunjar. Anjana grew up to be unparalleled in beauty and could change her form at will. Once after having married the monkey chief Kesari, Anjana took the body form of a human being and began wandering through the mountains. Upon seeing her, Vayu became captivated and removed her dress by means of wind. When Vayu saw Anjana's Anjana's form, he became overwhelmed with sexual desire and he embraced her by force. Unable to see her assailant, she cried out, "Who is violating my vow to only accept one husband?" Vayu replied, "I am the god of air. Vayu, I have not physically spoiled your chastity because I have entered you mentally. By my grace, you will give birth to a powerful son who is equal to myself in ranging at will." Anjana became pleased by Vayu's words, and soon thereafter she gave birth to Hanuman within a mountain cave. The next morning, when baby Hanuman saw the rising sun, he thought it to be a shiny fruit. Desiring to catch it, it leapt forward more than 3,000 yojans into the sky, but was thrown back to the earth by the sun's brilliance. Unscathed, Hanuman jumped again. This time, however, Indra became angered by the monkey's audacity and hurled his thunderbolt. Thus the king of heaven's weapon dashed Hanuman against a mountainside, fracturing the side of his chin. Indeed, it is because of this incident Hanuman received his name, for Hanuman means one having a broken chin. Vayu became furious at Indra's aggression against his son and began withholding the air from the three worlds. This plunged the demigods into great anxiety. With Lord Brahma at their head, they rushed to Vayu's abode, hoping to pacify him. Just to satisfy the wind god, Lord Brahma blessed Hanuman to become invincible in battle. Indra was pleased and surprised to see that the baby monkey had not been killed by the thunderbolt. Therefore, he awarded Hanuman the benediction of being able to die at will. Jambavan concluded, "I consider Hanuman alone to be capable of executing our mission. Of course, in the past, this little jump would have been nothing for me, as Lord Trivikrama expanded his 3 steps to take away Bali's kingdom. I soared around the world 21 times to circumambulate him. When the demigods and demons wanted to produce nectar, it was I who single-handedly collected all the herbs that were thrown into the ocean of milk. However, I have grown very old. It is now time for Hanuman to exhibit his prowess." Hanuman became greatly encouraged upon hearing these words of glorification. Then to the joy of all the monkeys present, Hanuman began expanding himself into a gigantic form while telling his own glories. "I am able to go around Mount Meru 1,000 times without even pausing, and by splashing the waters of the ocean, I could inundate the entire world. I could circumambulate Garud 1,000 times as he flies through the sky, and I can uproot the entire city of Lanka and carry it a great distance if I so desire." All the monkeys were thrilled to hear Hanuman's boast of his prowess. However, to remind him of the gravity of the situation, they said, We shall all stand here upon one foot until you return. Our very lives rest upon you, as well as all hopes for recovering Sita. Hanuman then informed the monkeys, I will leap from the peak of Mount Mahendra, since it is capable of sustaining the immense pressure. I will exert on the earth for my leap. Then Hanuman departed, and within a minute he arrived at the mighty Mahendra hill, which would serve as the support for his monumental leap. Thus ends the Kishkindhya Kand, and we are on Sundar Kand, and it's beautiful to just see the coincidence by the divine's will that we will begin the Sundar Kand tomorrow. Tomorrow is Tuesday. It is Hanumanji's day, as we know. So we will begin the Sundar Kand, which will be all about Hanumanji and his expedition in Lanka. So I'm thankful for those of you who have joined me in today's reading, and we will resume our reading tomorrow. Have a lovely week, and Hare Krishna, Hari Om Tat Sat.